Everyone, so sorry for not recording yesterday's class. I had a lot on my plate and I just really apologize for that. So I'm here to make a new record so that everybody can follow up because you all have assignments to submit to me before tomorrow's class. So here it is. I'll quickly go over it. So good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're joining us from. I'm welcoming you all specially to Digital Boss Academy. This is where we make money and the online space secretly. Yeah, so let's get into it. Hi, I'm Mrs. Olaide Manuela, and I welcome you all to your virtual assistant journey. You're about to learn how to earn money helping others remotely. I'm sure we all know what the word remotely means. And I'm sure we all know what being virtual or doing things from the virtual aspects also means. Okay, so this is going to be a fun, beginner-friendly course designed just for Nigerians. In 1 month, you'll have the confidence and skills to start. Let's begin your journey to becoming a digital boss. Ready? And let's just dive into it. Okay, so just give me a second. Okay, so the first question is, what is a virtual assistant? So for short, we're going to say VA for those persons who are beginners to this, right? So who is a VA? What is a virtual assistant? A VA is someone who offers services to businesses or individuals online. So you don't have to be in front of the person that you want to offer your services to. It's done online. That's why it's called virtual assistant. Technology has made all of this easier. So from the comfort of your home, you can communicate with companies, businesses, employers, name them, and offer the services, your skills. The services are your skills, what you can do for them, and you're being paid for it. So the things that you do is you help with emails. There are a lot of things that virtual assistants do, but some of the things that you do is helping out with emails, standing in as an admin, social media, and many more, all from the comfort of your home. So you're not leaving the house. So clients can be in Nigeria, or you can have clients internationally, that is abroad. And one sweet part of it is you do not need a degree. So if you have a degree, that's a plus, that adds up. But you do not need a degree. That's not something that they look out for. But if you do, yeah, that's great. So you only need basic tech skills, a smartphone or a laptop. Like I always tell people that having a laptop, in the long run, it's very important. But when you start, you can just use your smartphone for the basics, at least understanding the theory aspect of what you're going into, learning some of these basic skills and trying your best to perfect them before trying to go in depth, where your laptop then comes in. You want to open up some sites, you want to do some things that you don't need to spread out your screen and minimize your screen and all of that. So for you to see it bold, for you to work fast and all of that. And then you just need to be willing to learn. So VAs are like online personal assistants. They have to be flexible, find that, it's a flexible thing. It's also, skilled. They have to also be skilled, and they also have to be reliable. So I hope you understand what a virtual, or what's the word virtual assistant entails. So the next question is, why are virtual assistants in high demand? Many business owners are overwhelmed and need help managing tasks. They prefer hiring flexible support, that's you, the VA. Online businesses Online business is growing fast and remote support is now the norm. People are overwhelmed when their businesses begin to flourish, and you cannot break down. You can't do it all by yourself. You need help. And so that is why people try to make sure that people can work flexibly, they can do these jobs for you in a flexible way in the comfort of their home, and they can attend to minor basic tasks for you, and they're able to help you grow your business, do what you want, and you pay them for their services. So VAs are cost effective, fast, and help business grow. So you are there when you do these taxes, you follow instructions from the company, from your employer, from the agency, whatever or whoever you are working under. When you follow these instructions and meet day-to-day tasks, the business is going to flourish, because while they're attending to other taxes, you are also there as the behind the scene person that is making this business also flourish. So it's more like all hands on deck. Do you understand? Okay, being a VA means earning from anywhere, even from Lagos, even from Enugu, abroad, wherever you are in the world. It doesn't matter your location. You can travel. Being a VA gives you a lot of bonuses, because you can also travel. You can travel as a digital nomad. You can travel because you carry your work everywhere you go. So you can earn money everywhere you go. So let's go to the next one. What do VAs really do? So VAs do a lot of things. We can't name them all because the online space is broad. But here are some of the common things that they really do. They have to work on email. They have to respond to email management, and calendar management, social media posting and replies. So you can also stand in as a social media manager, and you have to do a lot of postings, and that's where powerful hooks come in. You need to learn how to handle it. You understand? And then replies, you need to also reply professionally. So this is where professionalism and conduct also comes in. Another thing that you do as a virtual assistant, another service that you render, is customer support via chat or DMs. So you also do research and report writing, data entry, and file organization. You really have to be organized. That is where professionalism comes in. It's how you carry yourself. It shows who you are to any company you're working for. So you choose what suits you best, and then you go from there. So you do not have to be a jack of all trades. You just have to look at the things that you can do, or you have interest in. Try to perfect it. You do not need to learn all of the skills while you grow, while you begin to take more tasks from companies, agencies. You'd be able to build yourself and learn all the skills as well. So let's move on to the next. There are traits of a great VA. Do we all understand? There are traits of a great VA. What are your qualities? What are the things that make you a great VA, basically? So number one is good communication skills. You need to have good communication skills, whether it's spoken, whether it's written. And let me tell you something about being a virtual assistant that would really help you grow. because the way you speak and the way that you write is going to really change drastically in such a way that sometimes when you're given a task, you would know what to do because you've had a lot of these taxes and you know how to write proposals, you know how to write a lot of things for contracts, you know how to draft an email without going too much or trying to use some tools like AI tools to help you bring your ideas into reality. So you'd be able to speak fluently with time, you'll be able to adjust when it comes to your grammar and your vocabulary because you are in a position where your body, your mind just has to change. So it's going to be a bonus for you to speak well. Okay. So one other great skill that you need to have as a virtual assistant is time management. One other skill that you need to have as a great virtual assistant is time management. You really need this skill. You do. Because if you do not know how to work with your time, you would not be able to work with different clients in a day. You'd be stuck in working with just one person or not being able to finish your tasks before the day runs out, and that is going to be very bad because you're looking to also multiply your streams of income. So you need to know how to multitask to work with everything, and also keep to time. So you really really need this skill. It's very important and you should try your best because when you do finish, but it's not like you need to pressure yourself. It's a day at a time. The more you have more tasks, the more you'd be able and the more your heart is with it. Like I always tell people, once you are passionate about something, it is very very easy for you to really build interest and learn it fast, to get into it very fast. So that is it. And we also have consistency and reliability. You have to be a reliable person. Somebody needs to trust something in you that while they are outdoors trying to run some other things for the company, they can trust you that this person is going to be done with this task before I am also done with the other things that I have to do before the day runs out. You have to be a reliable person and you have to be consistent. Like I always tell people, it's not going to be magic. It's going to be you putting all of these things into practice and you loving it. So once you do have passion for it, it grows. Like you'd see everything that you do flourish. Okay, another thing is your willingness to learn and adapt. So you have to be willing because you come across several tasks that you have to do. Some of these things you do not really understand them very well, but once you have the willingness to learn them, you try them because you don't know how to do something unless you try them. Sometimes we pay for courses, but then we cannot know it until we use our hands to actually try some of these practicals. So your willingness to learn and also adapt. If your company has rules and whatever, you have to really adapt. You have to just follow, as long as it's not something that pressures you or whatever. So down up to the next, confidentiality and trustworthiness. You have to be a very trustworthy person. Somebody needs to really trust you because there's also a difference between being a virtual assistant and an executive virtual assistant. Have that at the back of your mind. Being a virtual assistant, there are a lot of things that you're going to see. Being an executive virtual assistant, there's a lot of things that you're going to see. Most times you have to reply emails like it was your boss that did. And that is your company, that's your boss exposing you to a lot of things that you see on their emails, contracts, and whatever coming into their emails. You have to be somebody that is discreet. You have to keep things to yourself. You don't have to discuss whatever you see in your company to people around you. It is none of their business. These are good qualities that you need to develop, you need to learn for yourself if you want to work professionally as a virtual assistant. So you don't need to be perfect, you just need to be willing to show up and grow. So on to the next. Tools you learn during this course will teach you to use essential tools like Google Workspace, your Gmail, Docs, Drive. You need to be very good at it to learn the basics, to know how to work around them. Slack for team communication, Zoom for meetings, Trello for task management, Canva and CapCut. You need to know the basics for simple designs and video edits. These tools will help you stand out and also work smarter, and not just smarter, it will also help you work faster. So on to the next. What I was just saying earlier on, professionalism and conduct as a virtual assistant. So you always have to communicate clearly and politely. So being a virtual assistant comes with all how you carry yourself basically. So no matter what is happening in your surrounding, what's happening with your work, with your team, you need to know how to you have to be emotionally mature, intelligent, okay, in order for you to communicate your points clearly, even when it doesn't seem okay. You have to have a problem solving skill that helps you communicate your points clearly for people to listen, because it is not who shouts loud, but is who leaves their point without arguing but have made their points. Do you understand? So you have to also talk politely. Do you understand? It leaves a lasting impression also. So you also need to meet deadlines and manage your time well. Time management skills, don't forget, it helps you finish your tasks. And that is something really brilliant about your work. People always see that as a good thing. And also you'd be happy too that you're done with your task, so that you can meet up with other things and also go ahead with your day. So another thing is maintain confidentiality and client trust. Like I said, most times your clients would not be able to reply emails, would not be able to handle some of these things. An executive virtual assistant works with just maybe one client. Sometimes your clients are not there to reply email, to do some of this really confidential work. So they will trust you enough for you to get into their emails and help them reply these emails. So you need to be somebody that they can trust. You need to show it that you can trust me. So you also have to dress and speak professionally on video calls. For people that will be handling customer service, you have to speak professionally. So all of this, it comes with time, it comes with your willingness to learn and to adapt to all of this. So you have to take instructions seriously and follow through. I'm going to ring this very well. So you do not do anything with your own knowledge, even though it feels right to you. Make sure that whatever instructions you're being given by your client, your agency, your company, small individual businesses, make sure that you're following what they ask you to do on the daily tasks. And along the line, if you see that, this has to be somehow, I think this would be better this way, try to put a call across and tell them, why don't we look at it from this angle? I think it would be better for us to do it this way. Do not do anything by your own knowledge. Do not, I repeat, please, please, please. Okay, and then professionalism builds your reputation and keeps clients always coming back. When they see all of these nice traits in you, these beautiful qualities, people want to work with people that are very calm and welcoming and warming. So when they see all these things, they'll say, and when you always, get the job done, people will always come back. So when they see all these beautiful traits in you, qualities, they would come back. So who can be a VA? You can, And basically, you can. So, you don't need a degree or expensive gadgets, like I said, while you're earning, you can get yourself those nice things that you like. Okay. So, if you can use WhatsApp, anybody that's able to use WhatsApp, type an email or post on Facebook is ready to be a virtual assistant. All you need is consistency and a learning mindset. That is basically it. Somebody that is willing to learn. And when you have passion for something, it just flows. Students, stay at home moms, COP members, anybody can be a virtual assistant if they are determined, they are disciplined, and they are willing. This course will guide you step by step. That is why we are here for the training, and let's get to the next. So some of the examples of people that are doing so well right now: Buki from Ibadan now handles email support for a US skincare brand. Samuel in Abuja manages social media for a real estate agent in the UK. They started with zero experience, zero knowledge, nothing. Just their phones and this kind of training. If they did, so can you. And what? You are next. So on to the next. So let's review today's lesson. I hope by now you are able to understand what a virtual assistant is. You know why virtual assistants are in high demand globally. You've seen what VAs do and tools they use. You've learned the power of professionalism. You don't go far without this thing, professionalism and conduct. You need to know how to carry yourself. You need to show how beautiful your personality is. And when it comes to your working area, whatever surrounds you working online, it will show, people will see it, people will perceive it. So you need to know how to carry yourself well. And another thing is, I hope you've discovered some real life examples from Nigeria. So you are doing a great job, and let's keep building. So I'm going to drop an assignment for you all. So number 1 is answer this in your notebook, or maybe you can send it to the WhatsApp group. What are 3 things you learned today? What type of virtual assistant task sound interesting to you? Why do you want to become a virtual assistant? This is something that you need to be asking yourself all the time, so that by the time you go further, you need to remind yourself of your why. This keeps you motivated. This keeps you going. This keeps you want to know more, want to serve people better. So submit your answers in the class platform or in my DM. So thank you so much for joining today's class. I am so happy for you all, and I am so happy to be part of your virtual assistant journey. So this is a sneak peek for day 2. So tomorrow we'll explore the top 5 in-demand virtual assistant skills in 2025, how to identify what services fit you best, fun practice to help you choose your virtual assistant part. And like I said, you all are doing great, and I can't wait to see you in the next class. So this is just a peek of what we would be doing for tomorrow's class. There's a lot packed up for tomorrow's class. So I'm not trying to I'm not trying to crowd your head. I'm trying to take it a step at a time, and so that you're able to understand the theory aspect of this training before you start your practicals. Okay? All right. So congratulations, Digital Boss. You've completed day 1 of your training. You now understand the basics of being a VA. You've seen what's possible and what tools you use. This is just the beginning, I promise you. And your future already looks amazing, because I can see that you're going to all be great. So let's build your digital career together, one smart step at a time. So thank you all for joining today's class, for being a part of this training at Digital Boss Academy. There's a lot more that would work on as we go further. So stay tuned, keep your hopes high, and the Lord will help us in Jesus' name. Amen.